I hope my head doesn't look too much like a condom. So the past few years I've been really into military clothes and vintage military. So for this video what I wanted to do was show you my collection of military clothing and what I have gotten so far. I hope you enjoy it. First up, we are doing shirts, and I only have one shirt, and it is this OG 107 Type 1 button-up. Now, this is from 1962. This fabric is made of a cotton sateen. Now, if you don't know what sateen is, it's a type of weave in a fabric, and the way that the sateen weave is, it makes the fabric really light, which is good. I really like this shirt because it's more of an overshirt than anything. I can layer it a lot. Like, see, I'm wearing this with a sweater. I can wear it as just a shirt on its own. It's got a revered collar, it's got two chest pockets, and something that's kind of cool, it's different, is it doesn't have a cuff at the hem of the sleeves. It's just like a turn back hem, which I thought that was interesting. And it's just like a nice fitting shirt. It's not too oversized, not too boxy. It's a straight hem. I like the revered collar on it. So what I also want to do is show what you would have seen these pieces out in the film industry. And for this one, I've never really seen a Type 1 in any TV or movie, but you would have seen a Type 3 in MASH. The only difference between the two is a Type 3 has a cuff at the sleeve hem. This one obviously does not. So first up for the jackets is this 1951 M51 parka jacket with the attached hood and quilted liner. Pretty simple fishtail parka. I really like this one. It's long, you know, it's semi-oversized, dropped shoulders a little bit. You have these slant pockets that are lined with wool, which is actually really nice. Another thing I like about this jacket is actually the cuffs. As weird as it sounds, it is this like elastic pull tab that you just button up, so it like cinches at the sleeve or at the cuff. This jacket was actually originally produced for the US soldiers on the Korean border during the Korean War. So personally, I wish I had the one with a detachable hood. It gives you more variation for looks, but this one will do good for now. A film you would have seen this jacket in, this specific model with the attached hood, would be The Book of Eli with Denzel Washington. It's actually a great movie to look at some post-apocalyptic outfits if you're into that kind of stuff, especially Denzel Washington's outfit. It looks awesome, and it features this type of coat, a little bit dirtier, a little bit more roughed up than mine. So next up for jackets, we have this reproduction of a M1951 field jacket. This jacket itself was redesigned from the M43 jacket in 1956. The next model of this field jacket would be the M65, which we'll see next. This is in an olive drab. Some key details would be like the button cuffs that tighten the sleeves. You have this pointed collar, and then you have two patch pockets up front and then two flap pockets at bottom. It's a nice oversized fit. I haven't really worn this one just because I have so many at this point in my life. So I don't know any films or movies that have referenced this jacket, but I do know that you would have seen this jacket on Elvis when he went to war, when he went and enlisted into the military. So next up, what we're gonna go through for the jackets is this reproduction of an M65 jacket. This one is from Rothco, and it has the quilted liner with it. So I mentioned before that they redesigned some things from the M51 to the M65, and one of them was the cuffs. Originally, it was button cuffs, and then they changed to Velcro just to make it easier and I guess cheaper. And also on this cuff, you can see it's got like this pointed flap that I have no idea what it's for, but it looks cool. Now, another thing they would have changed is the collar. The M51 collar was a lot like a shirt collar. It was very pointed. On the M65, they changed it to be a rounded point, or a rounded collar point, which I don't really know why they did that, but they did. So personally, I love the boxy fit of this jacket. It's cropped somewhat. It's not too oversized. It's just roomy and boxy and comfy. All right, so next up, what we have is this Vietnam era M65 jacket. This is a real M65 jacket from 1974, I believe. So what's cool about this one is it has, as you can see, this little patch, which is for the 98th Infantry Division. What's cool about the patch is it is a shield with the head of the Iroquois Native American chief. Now this jacket is like a olive green, and unfortunately the zipper is broken. doesn't really work. There's a bunch of little teeth missing and the pull tab is broken. So basically all I could do is button it up. It has the little fold over cuff as well, as just like that reproduction one that I showed before. I don't really know what that is for still. So if you know, let me know. So for the movies and TV that would have referenced this jacket specifically would be Taxi Driver, Serpico, Freaks and Geeks. I'm sure there's a ton that I'm missing. If you know any, let me know so I can look into them. Next up for jackets, we have this G8 US Navy bomber jacket. Now, this is from the 80s to 90s, and I wouldn't say it's a reproduction, but it was made for civilians. It wasn't made for military use, but it's still vintage. And I wouldn't really consider it a reproduction since it was made during the time it was used. The way you can tell it's a civilian-made one was they never matched the ribbing to the jacket itself where it was supposed to be. It is kind of like this goldish color, and the jacket itself is more of an olive drab colorway. It's like this silky nylon, and I love the cuffs. They're really long. I like the front patch pockets. They're super useful, you know. I could put stuff in them. And then for this jacket, you actually have a flap pocket on the left sleeve instead of the traditional zipper pocket that you would see on like more traditional bomber jackets. And this one's super nice. It's pretty cropped. It like hits just at my waist. It has a cinched waistband, which is really nice. It's like different. And then it's got gusseted sleeves and stuff. It's a great jacket. I love the ribbing isn't like more traditional ribbings of a bomber jacket. It's like kind of like a high collar. This one does have a Scoville metal zipper, and it's pretty hard to zipper up, I guess, because it's just old and a little bit rusty. So usually I just leave it open like this. And I love wearing this during the fall, spring, winter, not so much. As far as I know, I've never seen this jacket in any movie, but if you know of a WEP or G8 jacket that has been in a film, please let me know. So next up for coats, we have this vintage Canadian battle dress blouse from 1951. This jacket actually inspired the Ike or Eisenhower jacket. President Eisenhower, at the time General Eisenhower, I believe, liked the cut of the jacket so much that he wanted to make it his own, which is actually really cool if you think about it. It's those Brits, man, they got one thing right. This is made of a wool fabric. It's not the best wool, I don't believe. I mean, it's kind of itchy, well, definitely itchy. And I mean, it keeps you warm, but doesn't keep you too warm. So what I love about this jacket is basically everything. I love the cropped fit. I love the self belt at the bottom hem. I love the notched collar. The patch pockets, I mean, everything, the seam detailing is awesome on this jacket. It's probably one of my favorite jackets I own today. So I got this jacket and the previous WEP jacket from Brimfield Flea Market, which is a huge flea market in Massachusetts. And I got this jacket and the WEP jacket at the same time as a bundle deal for $160, which is kind of a steal because the guy was selling that first bomber jacket for $160. And I basically got both for the same price, for the price of one, which is amazing. Come on, such a steal. Now, a movie you would have seen this jacket or a jacket similar to this one would be from The Great Escape, which is a classic. So last up for the coats, we have this British Army greatcoat from World War II, the 1940 model. And it is in this molten wool. If you don't know, molten wool is supposed to be very thick and fight against the cold very well. And it's doing it right now, except for my hands. It is in this army green colorway. I really like this one. I got this one in San Francisco for, I think it was like $120, which I think is a perfect steal. So the big things that I love about this jacket is, of course, the oversized collar that you can pop up and help protect against the wind. And then the self-belting back where it like produces these pleats, gives a lot more volume and shape to the jacket. I think it's really beautiful. And yeah, I love this jacket. I've only worn it a couple times. It's kind of hard. It's hard to layer with because A, it's not that oversized in the chest area and shoulders. And then it's not lined with like a silky fabric to easily layer with. So it's kind of hard to get on, I'm gonna be honest. But I love it. It's down past my knees, super long. I feel like a main character or a main villain, I don't know. Whatever I want to be. So, a movie you would have seen this British greatcoat would probably have been in Christopher Nolan's Dunkirk because it was all a bunch of Brits. So That's the only thing I could think of, honestly. If you know of any films that have featured this coat, please let me know. Last up, what we have is a pair of these US Navy intermediate cold weather trousers from 1961. Wow, that's old. These pants are lined with what feels to be like a synthetic fabric, like a polyester, to simulate what wool would feel like. It's super comfy, it's super perfect. My legs are not freezing like my torso is right now because these pants are super warm. I love the fit on these. They're not too baggy, not too crazy, you know? Oh shit. On the outseam, you have these buttons to tighten the fit of it or to loosen the fit of it, and it has a ribbed cuff that is probably a wool fabric as well, or a synthetic fabric like wool. So the waist on these are actually pretty high, and the back is even higher. And I did some research on that, and all I could find is somebody on Reddit saying that the reason why it's so high in the back is because the jacket that is paired with these pants are really cropped, so the guy or girl has enough coverage, so there isn't a lot of wind hitting them. I don't know if that's true, and to be honest, I don't really think I've ever seen this pant in a film or TV show. So let me know if you have. Okay, that is going to conclude my collection of military clothing. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm freezing. I hope to grow my collection and only be vintage pieces, no reproductions. Now, if you don't know this already, I do review costume design, and if there was a movie or film or TV show that I touched on that you want me to do a review of the costume design, please let me know in the comments section down below. That would mean a lot to me. If you like this video, please give it a like, share it with a friend, subscribe if you would do so. Comment what your favorite piece was, or a piece that you think I should look into. Because I will do it, because I am a fiend for these clothes. Follow me on my social media. It's all linked down below: TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and I write on Substack once in a while. So follow me there. And as always, thanks for watching. Oh.